Dealing with a debt collector and worried that they might take your car? Let's look at this and see how likely it is, what you can do to prevent it, and some debt solutions that can stop debt collectors harassing you available here in the UK. Just to be clear, I don't give financial or legal advice, I'm just making sure that you have access to the information that you need to make informed decisions. So, can a debt collector take your car? The very short answer is no, but as with so many things to do with finances, it's a little bit more complex than that. While a debt collector doesn't have the power to seize property themselves, if your situation escalated to court, then you could end up with a bailiff coming to seize your goods, including your car. So, unlike a bailiff, debt collection agencies cannot seize your property to cover the cost of a debt, though a debt collection agency can and will continue trying to persuade you to pay with letters, calls, and even home visits, but they can't actually take your belongings to cover your debt. So, can I just ignore a debt collector? Ignore a debt collector and your problem could escalate and become very serious. Debt collectors do have the right to take court action against you. If you were to ignore court letters, then you could end up with a county court judgment, which could have a major impact on your credit score and your chances of borrowing money in the future. If you do get a CCJ and still don't pay, then this could ultimately result in bailiffs coming to your home to take your valuable items or even your car. There's a big difference between having a debt collector chasing you and a bailiff coming to your home. I can't urge you enough that now is the time to take action on your debt while there's still options available to you. So please don't ignore a debt collector, and we'll get to what you can do instead later in the video. How about a bailiff? Well, if your debt has escalated to the courts, then a bailiff or an enforcement agent could be authorised to step in. Enforcement agents and bailiffs can take your vehicle to cover the cost of a debt. However, there are certain requirements, rules and regulations that apply to this. A bailiff is allowed to take your vehicle providing they have the correct documents and authorisation. They can take it from your home, where you work or from the public highway. However, they can't take it from private land unless they have a warrant that details that exact location. When taking a vehicle, they have to confirm it belongs to you by checking with the DVLA. They cannot take a vehicle that's under a hire purchase agreement. They can take a vehicle that is jointly in your name. If you don't hand over the keys, they can clamp the vehicle to recover it at a later date. If they are authorised to take the car, then they have to give you 2 hours notice to come up with a repayment plan. And when taking your car, they must give you a full inventory and documentation of what they've taken. So how do you stop a bailiff from taking your car? There are several instances when a bailiff cannot seize your car. It's worth knowing these circumstances, as it could stop them from taking your car. They cannot take it if it has a blue badge, if it's needed for your job and is worth less than £1,350, or if it's your home, such as a camper van that you live in. If it's on hire purchase, contract plan or a conditional sale vehicle, they can't take it. If you're unsure as to whether this applies, you can check the HPI website. If the car isn't parked at your home, place of business, or on the public road or a public car park, then they can't take it. So with that in mind, there are a few things that you could try. For instance, you could move the vehicle away from your location to somewhere like a friend or a family member's driveway. You could arrange a payment. If the bailiff comes to take your car, you can agree to pay what you owe within 2 hours of them issuing the demand. Or you could agree to a controlled goods agreement. This type of agreement is essentially a regular payment that settles your debt. Additionally, if you do have your vehicle clamped, you shouldn't try to remove the device or to try and move your car. It's illegal to do so. Once your vehicle has been taken, there's still time for you to reclaim it before they sell it. However, you'll usually have to agree to a payment if this is the case. If you think that a bailiff has broken the rules by clamping or seizing your car, you can contact Citizens Advice for more information and assistance. Of course, it is always far better to deal with your finances before things escalate to court and to bailiff action. If you're struggling with debt, then there are options available in the UK. Some are free to use and others will include fees, and each will have their own pros and cons. If you want to learn more about the solutions available, then we've created a really great form that you might be interested in checking out. Click the link in the description to get started and answer a few multiple choice questions like the total amount of your debt, how many people you owe, your living situation, and we'll connect you with one of our trusted partners so you can find out more and start taking steps towards improving your financial situation.